Hi, this is Jane with Green Side Up. Today we are going to talk about a couple kinds of soil. I have customers that come in and they say, what kind of soil should I use and why should I use it? So today we are going to talk about coconut coir, which is in this container, versus a peat moss sphagnum moss mix, which is in this container. As with any product, soils, trees, whatever you're talking about, there's going to be advantages and disadvantages to each kind of product. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. The coco coir, which is this, is made from ground up coconut shells. And of course there is some process to do that, so it isn't necessarily ecologically pristine, but then what is? It is a renewable product, and that's something that's very nice about it. Of course, there's coconuts that they're using all the time, and so again, it's a renewable product. You can get lots of coconuts and lots of coconut coir. The coconut coir has an advantage in that it dries out faster than some of your other things like a peat moss. You would use this for a plant like a Hoya or a Sansevieria. You might use it for a peperonia or a ZZ plant. These are plants that are considered more of the succulent series. They take in water and then they kind of hold that water in their leaves and then they let it out, I guess, as the plant needs it. So with the coconut coir, it will also hold on to water and then it releases that water as the plants need it. So they work together in a good relationship. The nice thing about a coconut coir is that it resists compacting. These kind of plants don't want to be have a very compacted soil. They like a looser soil. And that's what the coconut coir is, a looser soil. Say that you've got some coconut coir, you think it is like, a little too loose. You can always mix it with other products. So for instance, you can mix it with vermiculite, perlite, worm castings, aged bark fines, other product that will give it a little more texture. Coconut coir is a great product for your succulents, and it's readily renewable. The other product that I want to discuss today is peat moss or sphagnum moss. Peat moss is not a renewable product. So there are peat bogs all over the world. Once those peat bogs are depleted, they're gone. It takes thousands and thousands of years to make the peat moss in those peat bogs. So if we use it all up, there is no more for thousands of years. So it is a non-sustainable product. So besides wrecking the peat bogs, what's good or bad about this product? The characteristics of it are a little bit different. This will compact more, and it will drain faster, and it dries out faster. Plants that like this type of environment would be things like pothos, ferns, and our little Venus flytraps. So there are some plants that actually need this kind of a moss, like your Venus flytraps. They like a soil that remains wet. They like a soil that keeps that fluid in it. If you put those into something like that coir, they would not do well at all. I guess the end is that no matter what kind of plant you have, you're going to have to make a decision what kind of soil is going to be best for that plant. Of course, there are also just your plain potting soils that you can use, which are kind of a mixture of the two, and those are also good for a lot of plants. Here at Green Side Up, we carry some different kinds of soils. If you have questions about what kind of soil to use for a particular plant, feel free to come on in and we can talk to you about each one. This is Jane with Green Side Up, wishing you happy planting.